So yeah, that's the view out of the rear view mirror. You can't see much. I got the net back there. I have the Molly panel and the drawer system. Speaking of that, my name's Chad with drawersystems.com, and I build overland rigs and occasionally do van builds. And a couple months ago, I actually built out an Econo line, and one of the things I did was install the Wolfbox TRIPRO camera system in it. So it's 3 cameras. In his case, I did one on the inside, like as an interior camera. Then you have the forward facing camera, and then you have the rear view camera. And I installed it, and I was like, man, I really should think about getting this for my car, because I mean, there you go. So got me thinking, and ended up, I got one. Today I'm going to take a look at it and see what's inside the box and all that. You know, not too crazy, because I'm sure you've seen 1,000 unboxing videos on this. Because let's face it, every single Grenadier that I see that comes into my shop has one of these backup cameras on there, and it's more and more, it's everywhere, and there's got to be a reason for it, and that's why we're going to install it today. So let's check it out and get into it. All right, first thing we got to do is pull into the shop. Because I got the Rover, I'm going to drop the suspension. It's going to make it easier to work on it. All right, so this is my main workbench, which normally has wood projects going on it for the drawer systems that I build, but it's great for assembly and unboxing. So let's check this out. So we got the main unit right here. Like I said, this is the Wolfbox G900 TRIPRO, 3 cameras. Let's open this baby up. Then I also got the 256 memory card and the USB-C hardwire kit, because I'm going to be hardwiring this to the battery. And then over here, this is for the brackets if you're going to mount it to the windshield. In some cars, you can replace your actual rear view mirror with the Wolfbox. So you'll need that kit, which is this right here. I actually am probably not going to be using this because of all the electronics that are built into my rear view mirror. So we're going to save that. I'll use that on another install, because I'm sure somebody else coming into the shop is going to want one of these after seeing this video. Really good looking screen, mirror, and then it has the attachment, so you're going to have like a bungee cord that goes there over your existing rear view mirror. Inside we got a couple boxes. So there's 2 long cables. One's going to be for the front camera, one's going to be for the rear camera, and they're specific in which one they do. So you're going to see a red wire. The red wire is the rear view camera one, and then the other one is going to be your front camera. That's how you know the difference on that. Then you have these like I said, the bungee type things, some clips. All right, here we go. This is one of the cameras, and then if you're going to use, it's actually really easy. If you don't want to install it, you can use the cigarette lighter plug. So for an easy install, you could do that. Got it. So this has, and it says on this box right here, it's got the GPS module. So that'll do your speed sensing and your time and date and all of that automatically. In the event of a crash, it records all that stuff. So that's pretty cool. And then the rear camera. So it shows you that. So that first box, this one is the front facing camera. And the difference is that this one's 1080p resolution, and then this is 2.5K. So this is twice the resolution. The rear view is twice the resolution as the front. Like I said, I got the memory card and then the hardwire kit. Let's open this up. Instructions. Okay, that's cool. So they actually, I geek out over stuff like this. If you're going to hardwire your system in, they're going to give you 2 of these ATA fuses. One of them is going to be your constant power, and then one is going to be your circuit when you turn on, when you turn on. And the only way you're going to find, you have to find that out. You'll have to research your vehicle to find out which fuse is, it's a fused switch, because some of them are going to be always on, and then some of them are going to be only on the switch. So in this case, the always on is going to be yellow, and then the switch is going to be the red on this. They give you this so you can route this down where you need to go, plug this in, and then plug this directly in for your power. So really good, easy system. Then you're gonna run this up to the Wolfbox. That is awesome. Sorry about the mess. A few things need to happen for this to work. We have to get the video cable from the front to the inside. Then we got to get the video cable from the mirror to the back. And then we got to get power from the fuse block, which is down there, up to the mirror, and then the GPS cable up to the mirror. So those are the four things we got to do. The hardest thing of all this is going to be getting the front camera cable into the car, but I've done it before. So in the LR3 and LR4, in pretty much all vehicles, you're going to have a grommet somewhere, and it's behind the firewall down there. So we're going to run the video cable down through there somewhere, up underneath, and then in. All right, so in the Land Rover LR3 and LR4, you got to open up the glove box, dump everything out on the floor, basically. And then there's two things you got to squeeze. And then what it does is it reveals your fuses back here. So that's what I was talking about. So I'm going to find a fuse, and then I'm going to replace it with two of these, and then you add in the fuse. I don't know if you can see it right here. You pull the fuse that you took out and then put this one in there. So it makes it easy. Then I'm going to route the wiring up this way and over that way. All right, what I found is the easiest thing to do is get this mounted first. Well, first off, you got to run the cabling through the firewall and then coming out of the of like the firewall here. So this is the video feed. This is my the GMRS radio cable that's I just fed through for the antenna that's right there. And then I connected over here, ran my wires down because you're going to have a lot of extra. And I think what I'm going to do is just kind of coil it up underneath the dash here, because that way I'm not dealing with it up in the headliner. So now I can put this A pillar back in and just start kind of putting this back together. All right, so it's been a couple days and I got everything installed. It's working fantastic, but I found a couple things along the way that I wanted to share before showing you the whole thing and how it works. That might make your life easier. And so I have a Land Rover LR4, and these things are notoriously known for electrical issues. So if you don't get something right, it can kind of cause havoc with it. And I discovered something when I was installing the camera. This is your constant power, right? And this is your ACC. So this ACC means like when you turn the ignition on the car, this line is going to get energized. When you turn the car off, this one shuts off. So that's how it shuts the thing on and off. So this is an addifuse. This is what comes with it. And what I found is that this post needs to correspond on the fuse block with the one that's energized, because the way it works is power comes into this part and it goes through to this other pin, and then also this, it goes in through and out the cable. So when I first installed this, I actually had it upside down, and it, instead of flowing this in, it didn't flow. It made an issue, right? It was my fault. I didn't research that enough. So anyway, the way you're going to do that is get a multimeter, and you're going to have to take a fuse out, the one that you're going to use for like the yellow line, right? There's two pins. So what you do is you take the negative of the multimeter, touch it on bare metal, and then the positive you stick either on this side or this side inside the fuse block, and that's going to show you which pin is live, right? And then that's going to tell you how to orient it. So in my case, let me show you. So in my case, I had to, you see how the tail of this right here is facing down. So what that means is the top pin is live, and then it completes the circuit, it goes through the fuses and then out this. Okay, that was important. because when it went the other direction, I had issues with the car throwing a fault, and this thing wasn't working correctly. So when I found that out and put it in correctly, then no issues at all. So you can see here my ACC. In the case of the Land Rover LR4, it's pin number F52, and then for the yellow one, it is 57. So those are ones that you can tap into to get it to work. The second thing I wanted to point out also, while we're here, is I have a heated windshield. And in the Land Rover heated windshield, there's all these tons of tiny wires. And that was causing interference for the GPS module, which I have mounted here right now, okay? Originally, I had the GPS module mounted down in the lower part down here, and it would not work. I moved it back away from the windshield, and now it's working properly. So that's one thing to note also. So if you have a heated windshield, that might interfere with the GPS module. If not, then don't even worry about it. You can put it wherever. Yeah, so that was the main thing that I wanted to share. Just make sure you get the right orientation on these guys. So now let me show you the front camera and the back camera to show you what that looks like mounted. All right, front camera, you can see it's right there. Nice and low, tucked in. Looks awesome right there. And it gives me a really low angle, whereas the other camera is up high, right? It's where the mirror is right there. So this one, when I'm off-road, this one's only gonna really work when I'm off-roading, because then, like, as I go up over a hill, you end up seeing sky, and in this case, the camera is gonna be facing down, so I'll be able to see what's on the other side of the hill. So that one's gonna come in handy there. And then over on the back, okay, I have it up here on the back, right? It's right in the middle. It's up nice and high. And what I did is I zip tied it there, and the cable comes down here, and it comes all the way down, and then through a grommet here, and then all the way up along the wall and up to there. So you can see, like, in the back here, zero visibility at all. Like when I'm driving. I mean, you can see what this looks like right now, and we're in the back. And I don't even have my drawer system in there, which is coming. That'll be in another video. So stay tuned for that one. So I have it set up right now, so as soon as I unlock the doors, it comes on. The actual circuit that it's on is the cigarette lighter circuit. So basically, these only get energized when the car gets unlocked or locked. So as soon as you lock the car, these become dead. So this turns off right away, which is awesome. Here I have it set. This is the backup camera, and then this is the bumper cam, and then this is the higher cam up here. So this one's 4K. This is the triple. I do like this view. I actually wanted to point this out also, because in this view, you see the full frame of each camera. So you can see the top of my tire right there. So it actually points more down. This one you can see, like, literally right in front. And then this, you can see the hood of the car. So this one's the camera that's up high. So if I toggle through, now I'm right back there. This is my driving mode. I'm gonna keep it like that. And I have it set to just show the time and the GPS. So it's gonna show direction and speed on that. And then you can kind of see how I have these zip tied, and they're up. And again, they're down, they're over, all over the place. But from this view, it looks great. I mean, the only thing you're gonna see is this little wire here. And then the nice thing about it is that, like, when I put it in reverse, right, I don't have that hooked up to the reverse, so I don't need the lines there, because I have the lines down here. So this one shows me low, this one shows me high. So if I'm backing up, this will show me more of a street view, and then this one's gonna show me my bumper and all of that. And then, so we'll take a quick little ride down the street. I'm right by my shop, so the street's not really traveled. And then you can kind of see, you see the GPS kick on, so it's showing the speed and direction. And so yeah, overall, I love this thing because now I can literally see what's going on behind me. And because it's such a wide angle, that's one thing I wanted to point out. It's a really super wide angle that I notice while I'm on the highway is when somebody's passing me on the right or the left, I can literally see that, like, I can see them here in the corner, and then they'll be like right next to me. It dramatically has improved my blind spot, right? Because like, again, like this is when I'm turning this way, that's kind of what I see. So it's kind of hard to see, you know, somebody over on this side, and then on this side, you know, it is what it is right there. From that standpoint, from visibility, absolutely loving this thing. And let's go through the menus here just so you can see this. Really easy to use, to be honest. SD card goes in, hit this little wheel here for the settings, and then you can kind of toggle through all this stuff and change different things. We don't, you know, you'll figure that out if you get it. Super easy to use. And then if you need to get the footage from here, you can click the Wi-Fi button and you can connect it directly to the phone. Like I said, I installed this on the last van that I built, and I was thinking about buying this thing, and it just worked out. And I am, you know, I would 1,000% would have bought this with my own money had they not sent it to me. Thank you very much, Wolfbox, for sending it out. I think it's an amazing product. I'll continue to promote it. Works really well, easy to navigate, and you know, from a safety standpoint, a visibility standpoint, listen, you kind of can't mess around if you're dealing with like this. So if you're thinking about getting one of these, look at the description below. If I'm not entirely sure, but if I have a discount code or anything like that, it'll be down below. So check that out. Otherwise, again, 1,000%, this is a buy. It's a great product. I've seen this in 20 different Grenadiers and vehicles, and there's a reason why people are putting it. Dealerships are installing this in brand new vehicles. There's a reason why. It works great, looks great. So big thumbs up. Thank you again, Wolfbox, for sending this over. And if you guys have any questions or comments, go ahead and post them below. You know, every vehicle's different. Your fuses are going to be different. Do a little bit of research on that. It's going to help out, and don't freak out. Other than that, they give you everything you need to get it done. It's a great project, and you can do it yourself. Have any questions, go ahead and post them below. Otherwise, we'll see you guys in the next video, and thanks for watching.